Hi, are you ready for our Lego Bible story? I have my Legos all ready. I have Action Jesus, who in this story today is actually a baby, but here he has a full beard and head of hair. Today's story comes from the Gospel of Matthew in the 2nd chapter, and so it's about when Jesus was still quite little. It was in the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, and wise men came from the east to Jerusalem. And they asked, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we have observed his star at its rising, and have come." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all of Jerusalem with him. And he called together the chief priests and the scribes, and asked of them, where was the Messiah to be born? And they told him, "Bethlehem of Judea, for it has been written by the prophets, and you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod secretly called for the wise men and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. And then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search for this child, and when you found him, bring him to me, so that I may go and pay him homage." When they heard the king, they set out. And there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising, until it stopped over the place where the child was. And when they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. And when they entered the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother, and they knelt down. Then, opening their treasure chests, they offered him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for the country by another road. So you have Jesus and Mary, and they are in their house in Bethlehem. It doesn't look very house-like, but... And Jesus probably at this time was maybe about 2, so he would have been running around. Most likely. Maybe snuggling with his mom sometimes. And the Magi came. And I don't know if you noticed, it doesn't tell us how many. Do you know how many there are? We'd usually see in all of our nativity sets that there are 3 of them. And that might be because there are 3 gifts, but we don't know how many Magi there actually were. But they came. And they went to see Herod. Let's make a throne for Herod. Herod was not really happy. I don't know if you could tell that from the reading. He was not happy that there was this other king. He wanted to be in charge. And if a king had been born, then that wouldn't have been very good for him, would it? So we put him on his throne. Let's see. The Magi, the wise people, sometimes we call them the kings too. But we know that they were wise people who studied the stars. And that's how they knew about this. I'm going to have 4 of them coming today. And so they came to Herod on his throne. And Herod was worried. And so he talked to everybody to see, where is this Messiah? Because the Messiah could take power away from Herod. I wonder what the Magi thought when they saw the star. This is our star today. It's rather sad, but well, this one looks like it has lightning. Maybe I'll put them together. I wonder what it's like to travel from far away, just following a star and not knowing where it's going to be. And it says when it came and they came to where Jesus was, they were overwhelmed with joy. Legos don't kneel very well, so we're just going to have them sit before Jesus. But the star had come to rest over where Jesus was, and they were overwhelmed with joy. Have you ever been overwhelmed with joy, where it's just bubbling up and you can't do anything about it? I imagine that's what it was like. I wonder how they knew that Jesus was special. It seemed like they must have, right? Because they were kneeling down before him and they were overwhelmed with joy. I wonder if Jesus was right in front of us, if we would recognize him and be overwhelmed with joy. They brought gifts. They brought gold and frankincense and myrrh. Do those seem to you like the gifts that you would bring for a baby? They seem kind of funny to me. But they were gifts that kind of told that they were gifts that you would give a king. And so it was a way to say that this baby was a king. Different from King Herod, but a king. There were also some of those spices and those scents or things that were used back then when somebody died to kind of perfume the body. And so a little bit, they were letting us know there's a thing called foreshadowing where you get to know a little bit about what's going to happen later. So they were letting us know a little bit from the beginning that this baby would grow up to die. But at this point, that's not what they're thinking about. They're thinking about the joy of having found the King of the Jews, the Messiah. I wonder what Mary thought. Because Mary was just kind of a small town girl and she now had given birth to the Son of God. And in the first days, we heard from a different gospel that the shepherds came and everybody came running to see. And in Matthew's gospel, she already lived in Bethlehem. They hadn't had to move. And she was just a girl who'd grown up there. And now she has this baby, and these people from the east come and visit. Can you imagine if you looked at your neighbors and all of a sudden these really kind of important people bringing big gifts showed up at their doorstep? I wonder if you'd be peeking out your window to see who they were. I wonder if Mary's neighbors did that. I wonder if she was used to it by then. Because she'd already had the angel come visit her, and she'd already had, when she went to see her cousin Elizabeth, Elizabeth's baby jumped in her womb just when Mary was there. And then there was the whole shepherds and angels. And now we have the wise men. I wonder if you ever get used to that. I wonder if Herod kept looking for Jesus. It says that the wise men heard in a dream to go home a different way. And a lot of times in the Bible, we hear about dreams. I wonder if you ever had a dream that had something important to let you know. Or if your dreams often are just strange and silly, like most of ours. I wonder how they knew how to listen to that one. I wonder if it's something from God, is there a way that we can hear that better and it makes it more clear that it's real? I wonder if Mary thought that the things that she had heard about this baby that she had were starting to come true. I wonder what that star really looked like, and if it's still in the sky today. I wonder where you are in this story. And what's the most important part of the story? I wonder if there's anything in the story that we could leave out and still have enough. I wonder what you will build with your Lego.